Okay, so in this video what I'm going to look at here is the creation of a slow running delay record or a virtual delay record in our Ampla downtime reporting point. So this is where the actual throughput of this asset may be below the desired target, therefore we want to understand or capture that loss so that we can classify that time and have it available in our reporting and whatnot. So the first thing I need to do in here is I right click and I select that I want to add a virtual condition. So you can see it's different to a regular capture condition, and again I will call it slow running. Does it make sense in this instance? Okay, so the slow running capture condition, the main difference here is that its expression basically has an actual versus target. Okay, and then you'll also see we have a threshold to control that. So what we're looking at here is comparing an actual versus target, and obviously when that actual dips below the target by a certain amount, we then capture that rate of loss. So what I'm going to do in this instance is say that my target expression is 1,000 units, or so 1,000 tons an hour, and my actual is going to be my simulated throughput rate. So that's this plant feed rate, so I'm going to insert that in there. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to remove this threshold. So what this does, it offers a little bit of leeway here, and you can see that it's set at threshold at 95. That means that there's a 5% variance between these before it will capture a record. So I'm just going to change that. And sorry, I'm doing it wrong. Go in here. I'm just going to change that and set it to 1. I think I'm going the right way there. Okay, so now that some time has passed since setting up our slow running delay event capture, we can then have a look in Ampla and see if we've managed to capture any delay records. So the first thing to do again would be to click on the downtime reporting point as a whole, and we would have a look at this overall downtime state, and you can see right at the moment it's saying that the state is off for both types of condition. Now prior to that virtual downtime state being configured, we could see here that it said not configured or something along those lines, whereas now it's actually saying it's in an off or on state. So that means that we've configured it, and it should capture data if the condition comes true. So that's a good quick indicator that it's actually in and working. So at the moment the captures, so if we look down here at this real downtime state index, the downtime state indexes, and we open that, now what we'll see is that this particular line, this chart that shows the tag stream, it steps from all the way from off into a real downtime state on, but now it also includes these virtual pending states. So this is slow running capture. So virtual pending off, or virtual pending on, or virtual on. And you can see that we've had a couple of events captured here where we've gone into a virtual on state. So that's where a slow running event has been captured by the reporting point. So real on is essentially stopped. So that's a stopped delay occurring. Virtual is a slow running delay event being recorded. So you can see that that's a very quick way to check if that's occurring. And we can see that we've got one that's active right at the moment. So if I close this, you can see here that this is saying virtual downtime state is currently on, real downtime state is currently off. Okay. If I look in the Ampla client itself now and refresh, we can see here that with the last few records that we've created, and I might need to look at my simulation data so it's not going to be in a constant state of slow running, but what we can do here is we can use this effective percent column, and what it's saying is that when you have a downtime record, you'll have 100% loss being recorded. So therefore what you have is the duration of any delay. Say here we have an example of 2-minute stoppage. It had 100% loss, therefore it was a 2-minute effective duration. Whereas up here we've got a delay that went on for 1 minute in real time, but it was a very insignificant loss, 2.6% or something like that loss during that time. So that equates to, that's been rounded as well, somewhere like 3 decimal minutes. That's not actually even in seconds, it's decimal minutes there. So very small amount of loss. But the main I guess the main takeaway here though is that when you have that virtual capture condition in place, you can then produce a sum total of delay loss time that incorporates both stoppages and virtual rate loss stoppages as well. So you can see that these delays, we can fill them out the same as we can with any delay event. So we can now capture in a meaningful way rate loss events, and those rate loss events impact our understanding of how well or how poorly that particular asset performed when we look at some, say, metrics calculations later on. Okay, so that's all I've got in this video. Thanks for watching.